Um, the person I interviewed, her name is Julie. She didn't provide a last name. Apparently, it's hard to pronounce. She works at Chili's in Hoffman Estates. She's a general manager. She's been working in Hoffman Estates for about a year. She was transferred from Rosemont. She was recently promoted to general manager about 6 months ago. I guess the regular general manager quit. She explained that the general manager is responsible for schedules, hiring people, inventory. She's also controlling how many hours is given during a month. Um, I asked her how she conducts motivations to her workers, and she explains that she does many meetings before a big rush on maybe like a weekend. She also does mini meetings for new stuff on the menus or if there was a change in the menus. Um, Also, every year there's a meeting with the district manager and the corporate without her being there to see how the general manager is doing and if the servers are happy and comfortably working with her. She also makes sure that the servers communicate with her in case there is like a complaint with the customers, if she can fix a problem or anything like that. Um, I also asked her about stress. So I asked her how she handles stress and if there's any coping mechanisms that she does. And apparently she takes mini smoke breaks, I guess, when she really needs to, which I'm not sure if that's allowed or not. She also spends time in her office to cool down before she approaches a difficult situation, and she also has other managers to talk to in case there is a big problem in the restaurant. Um, I also asked her about the training techniques she does for new employees and if there's any challenges or issues with the techniques. So apparently, when they are hired, the employees have to memorize the menu and know what the restaurant does and how it works. So basically, the first day they should memorize the menu, and they have a server who's been working there for a long time to help them know the restaurant and where everything is at. Which they do treasure hunts kind of where they have to find certain things. If it's like, for example, if there's milk, where would you find milk? And so the trainee should know where to find it, where to go. um, they also do computer exercises where um, the computer is set like a normal um, computer where servers take orders. So the manager or the trainer would give them an order with like modifications for the menu. So they should know how to use the computers by the end of the shift, and they should know where to find things. Um, there are challenges to the techniques and stuff because some people don't actually memorize and complete the test, or they don't even pass. So they may not even get the job, or they may have to retrain, or they're pretty much stuck being a host. I also asked her how she recruits new employees and how she decides who gets to be hired or not. She explained to me how most of the cooks and the dishwashers are all family related. It is also easier because since most of them speak Spanish, being recruited for someone who knows or who is the family of the cooks is easier because it's easier to train them when and easier to understand in Spanish, I guess. Also, it helps if they're not working in the kitchen that they know friends and families at Chili's, because depending on how their friends and family work, it also would give an example of how the person applying would, how would they work. There are also employees that are hired based on availability, which they have an open schedule, how many hours they are looking for. Also for experience, if they worked at a different restaurant, if they have any experience in the restaurant industry. Apparently it's not difficult to find someone to hire because there are a lot of high school kids and people in college looking for a job and is willing to work long hours and know how the restaurant works. Um, um, so apparently she would choose a, an, an employee who knows friends and family and also the work experience. Also, on her, there are some difficulties, as in like some of the servers don't show up on their shifts, which is very frustrating for her because it's hard to find someone to cover that shift last minute. Some of the other difficulties are customers who are always complaining, who basically just want free stuff. Um, Also, some other difficulties are inventory, if stuff are missing or stuff is not on record. Also, money is another one. She always keeps an eye on how much sales she's making on a busy night or on a slow day. I asked her if there were some improvements in her job, and she said that there are improvements that are needed in certain areas, but she wouldn't explain which ones they were. I asked her if she was happy about her job, and she said how there are good points and bad points, I guess. But overall, she's happier being a general manager than a regular manager. Also, she loves that her name is everywhere around the restaurant. She also loves the fact that she has a big responsibility. Um, and she loves the fact like she is responsible for basically everything that happens in the restaurant. So basically, she owns the restaurant, which she loves. Asked her if there was a difficult moment that she encountered, and she explained how um, inventory wasn't correctly um, inventory wasn't correctly filled out. So on a busy night, she ran out of certain things like Chico containers, bags, milk, maybe ribs. So what happens is she has to contact other Chili's around us and see if they have extra, and if so, then she has to put that in her book. She totally explained it, and then which also comes back to like if they run out of something, they have to come back or come to our restaurant to pick up stuff. She also improve make sure for increase in sales for the servers to know that in order to increase sales to upsell either margaritas or um, or even side dishes. Um, and I think that's about